And as it relates to fees, again, the statute specifically addressed the agency creating a fee structure that had some basis in sort of the size and scope of the operation that's being licensed there. So I think it made sense for us to vary those fees. And in general, all we're looking to do with a fee structure is to support the costs that are required by statute. And in both cases, medical and the adult use side, we have to bring in fees to make sure that it offsets our cost for implementing the program. On the medical side, in terms of the regulatory assessment, a couple of factors there. When those fees were set last year, there wasn't a lot of data for us to base a decision on how many types of licenses we were going to get for each class. So we just made it a flat fee across the board based on our best estimates on how many applications and how many licenses we would issue. On the adult use side now, we can look at some of that data and have a better sense how many licenses we'll issue in each of those classes of license there. And then when it comes to tiering the structure for the renewal fees, it gives a little bit of leeway for newer licensees who are subject to that renewal fee. If there are smaller operators, both with not even in separate classes of licenses, but within the licenses themselves, that it gives them a little bit of give in terms of those fees, so they're paying a more representative share of those total costs as well. And the ballot initiative speaks to the bites at the apple for the excise tax that's put into the fund. We actually get to have the first bite there to cover our cost of implementation and administration of the act. But I think it's important that we set those fees to completely offset our costs and do our best in that regard, so that all the excise tax money that's collected can be used for what I think the voters wanted. They wanted that 35% to roads, the 35% to schools, the distributions to the municipalities, and the funding for the research studies. So if we set up the fee structure in such a way that we can cover our costs, all that money that's collected via the excise tax can be used specifically for